Well, it's like every day. No. No one's going to follow Caitlin Clark. Yes, big Caitlin Clark news every single day. We got that coming up in 20 minutes. But, as we get ready for the NFL draft, thanks to Jay Glazer for stopping by, we talked about a big bowl prediction for the first round of the draft. It's been a while since Deion Sanders decided, hey, everybody, remember me? Remember last September when I was the only story in the world? Hey, I'm going to be a story again. And this is now a situation where Deion Sanders needs some PR advice from outside the program. Because Deion's always one of those guys, hey, are you inside the program? Do you know you're inside? He needs advice from people who see the program from the outside. Deion has been asked in the last 24 hours a few times about, hey, man, you just had 12 guys hit the portal. You had your kids on social media saying, hey, if you're hitting the portal, if you're on defense, talk to me. If you're on offense, you talk to Shador. So your kids are now running the transfer portal. So he's had a bit of a last couple of days, but people leaving Colorado is a big thing. And he doesn't like when people bring it up that way. Here's a sample from his press conference earlier today about what he thinks about people bringing up the portal and asking him questions about losing players and who he's going after.
You're losing some guys to the portal. What are you looking forward to reestablish? What position groups are you hunting in the transfer portal?
I wish you guys do a little more homework when you start talking about the portal and understand what we're losing. What are we losing? If I got time today. What are we losing?
Potential starters and
potential
depth.
Where?
Tight end, running back.
You haven't been watching practice, huh? Amen. We good.
I like Deion. I got time today. I got nothing going on today.
Let's let this marinate.
Let's talk about this here. So you heard one of the guys in the background say backups. What are you losing? Losing backups. So Deion's upset because it was thrown out. Hey, here's 12 guys leaving. One was a very highly recruited running back last year that Deion Sanders got that's leaving. And Deion did say good things about him. Hey, hope he succeeds wherever he winds up going. But yeah, you have 12 guys going to the transfer portal. And now here's Deion. This is why now he needs advice from people outside the program, right? Two big points I'm going to make. The first one is this, is that from outside the program, okay, outside the program, everything he has done and he has shown me and shown all of us is that if you're a good player, he loves you. If you're not important, he could give a crap. Yeah. Now, I get that most coaches in sport, they love their starters the most. You have the better relationship with them because you're coaching them more, you're coaching them harder because they're playing. I understand that. But if you are a player that wants to go play for him, if you are a coach that wants to send a player to go play for him, if you really want to keep bringing kids in, don't you want to be a little bit welcoming? Don't you want these kids to know that, hey, even if you're not starting, you're still my player.
You're still family.
You're still one of my guys. And maybe it works out here and you play. Maybe you go to the transfer portal. Okay. If that's the way college football is now. But to be so abrupt with, what are we losing? We're not losing anybody. I mean, what does that say? I get that, yeah, okay, you don't feel you're losing people who are going to contribute to your team next year. But what does that say? What message does that put out there to other players? You want to go play for Deion Sanders. This is where coaches and parents go, you want to go play for him? If things don't go well, look, he's just cutting these guys loose. He does not care. And even if he does, he wants to use this as a thing with the media because all the media, you're not paying attention to practice. Well, they don't allow people in to watch practice, so we kind of have to go by what we see and what's reported. So I'm going to use this as a political football. See what I did there? I'm going to use this thing as a political football to air some gripes I have against the press. So first thing, outside the program, I look at it and go, boy, if you're a great player, he loves you. Because all the great players, he loves talking about his son, about Travis Hunter, so many good players, right? He loves. But if you're not good, I understand most coaches, they don't sit there and go, but you have to at least make it look like, hey, you're part of the team. It's like, if you're a backup, I don't care about you. Even if you're on the team, what are we losing? Backups? What do I care about backups? Guess what? no matter what happens, if these guys leave, there's guys who are going to be backups at these positions through over the course of the season. So they know I'm not really valued because I'm a backup. So now what you've done is you've made it look to the guys that want to come there, hey, do you really want to go there? Because if you don't play right away, he's got no value in you. And if you go there and you don't transfer, you have no value anyway, because this is what he thinks about backups. Like saying that is such an awful thing. And it's part of what's gone into since he's come into Colorado. When he first came in, he had a meeting with the whole team. Oh, well, this is exciting. Hey, you guys get ready, hit the transfer portal. Okay. I remember at the time going, I understand that first meeting. These kids who have played football their whole life, that took scholarships to come to college, work their asses off. Maybe they're not good enough. I understand that, but these are still kids who work hard. These are still kids who put the rest of their lives on hold to play a game that maybe they're not going to play anymore in 3 years. And the first thing you say is, guys, better hit the portal. My son's coming in. I got guys coming in. You want to hit the portal? Go hit the portal. Like this, he doesn't care at all about players unless you are helping his star power as a coach or you're a star player on the field helping him win. And you got to show me that you care about more than just that.
Well, the funny thing about it is, what was the problem with their squad last year? They had no depth, particularly on the lines, right? Hastily built. Obviously, get out there and you've got a couple of all-class players. You mentioned his son and Travis Hunter, and that's great. Not a lot of depth. So what happened eventually? They got slapped around, right? They got beat up. And Shedeur spent a lot of time on his ass. Based on the inefficiencies and ineffectiveness of that offensive line. The optics matter. They still matter. Even if you're a Hall of Famer all over the place and you played two sports and all of the greatness that Deion Sanders had, you're now a coach. Right? And there's still some rules of engagement that still apply to it and the optics of it in the program and outside of, as you say, getting the next level of recruits. You still need to field more than 22 guys. So if you're not his guy, you're completely expendable. And he's letting you know that coming in. And I guess some folks are going to be okay with it because they want to go to Colorado. They want that experience, and that's fine. You take fill up rosters and take your scholarship. But how much joy could there be in that experience? If you're not the A-list starter, just go. The callous, cold way that he dismisses the backup players is really something special. Right? For as much as we've talked about coaches in history and how they wouldn't translate today, I mean, is he translating right now? No. He did for a month. He gave us some great sound bites.
When he was new, and he did great things. He turned Colorado into a destination very quickly. We got guys that were falling all over themselves to go coach with him and be there. And I want to go. And players saying, I'm putting Colorado in my top 3. It was amazing. But you can't just sit there and say, all right, there's got to be more to that, right? And as you said the word destination. That's the second part that Deion's got it, that from outside the program. You want Colorado to be a destination. There's such a thing as too much new style. I went Beastie Boys again. There's too much new style for Deion. This is a different way to do it, completely different. And everything he's done has been completely different. But when you're picking a college to go to, yes, NIL money matters, everything matters, but you want the program you go to seem like it has long-term stability to it. And Deion is not fostering long-term stability. He is fostering things can change any single day. And that's not what you want when you're going. You say, I want to go somewhere where I know stability and this is what the situation is going to be. And this is kind of where, as unpredictable as college football is,
sure,
but for the individual player, they want to know, okay, this is what my experience is going to be like. This is kind of what I like. I don't want to know going in that my position coach recruited me is going to get blown out, or this guy, if we lose 3 games in a row, the OC is going to get fired. There's going to be all kinds of crazy ass stuff going on. Am I going to stay on coach's good side? Am I going to not be on Coach Prime's good side? You need to show that there's a little bit of stability there to it, that it's not just something that, hey, it's all new and we're rewriting the rule book of college football as we go. Okay, I get that you have something new and it's great, but you got to show stability, and Colorado shows zero stability.